Hey guys, and welcome. I'm Kate. This is our Look Mom, No Hands flow, where we are going to move through a practice without using our hands in any way, or at least try, right? Fingers crossed. So this is a good practice for when you want to focus on your lower body and maybe you want to give your shoulders a break from a tough workout, maybe the day before, a long swim, or whatever. You just feel like you need to skip the chaturanga and all of that good stuff. So find a quiet spot and roll out your mat, and I will see you in a few. Okay guys, so we are gonna get started right away so we can grab a spot. The middle of the mat. Sounds kind of weird, but we're gonna do so. So you're just gonna come to the middle of the mat. Come on to stand, find your Tadasana, feet underneath your hips, shoulders over your hips, and head over your shoulders. And take a second here. You can close your eyes if you want. If you need a moment to arrive on your mat, then take a moment here. Steady down through the feet, strong through the legs, energetic through your fingertips. Feel your heart rise, the crown of your head rise up, and breathe. All right, from here, you're gonna open your eyes. Inhale, take your arms, stretch them up. You're gonna grab the left wrist with the right hand, scoop the tailbone, stretch up through that left arm, and then draw yourself gently over to the right. And this is gonna be a little bit sloppy. Actually, the whole practice is probably gonna be a little bit sloppy, and that's okay. You're gonna let the right arm kind of stretch out to the right and all the way around, and then we're just gonna kind of go in circles. So we come through an Uttanasana and then sweep out and around and up, back through. Grab that left wrist again, lengthen up through the left side, and we're gonna go the same thing. Pull it extra stretch through that left side body, and then release the right arm. Gonna come out and around through your Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way back up. We're gonna do that one more time. Grab the left wrist with your right hand, pull up and stretch over. Inhale, and then exhale, release that right arm. Last big old circle, come all the way around to the left and stretch up through the middle. And then opposite direction, right wrist in the left hand, lengthen up and pull yourself up and over to the left. Scoop that tailbone, root through your right foot. Inhale. And then exhale, gonna release that left arm, kind of stretch out and around. Oh, and come all the way back. Stretch it up and around. Grab that right wrist with the left hand, lengthen up. Pull yourself over to the side, take a breath. And when you exhale, release out and around. Inhale, bring it up. Grab that right wrist. Last time, stretch it up and over. Deep breath in. And exhale, release all the way down through the middle and up. From here, you're gonna take the hands, interlace your fingers behind your back. Roll the shoulders up, then back, draw them down. Lengthen through those knuckles as you spread open into your collarbones. You can give your head a gentle shake from side to side. Maybe let it knock from side to side. Yeah. All right, from here, you're gonna release the arms. Inhale, take them, stretch them up. Exhale and fold. We're gonna Uttanasana, but swing the hands all the way down, reach behind, and then stretch the fingertips up toward the ceiling. You can keep your knees bent, shake out your head. On your next inhale, you're gonna sweep the arms forward, sink your hips, come into chair pose. Utkatasana, deep breath here. When you exhale, we're gonna take those feet, toe heel them open, take a seat down in Malasana. So you can bring your hands to prayer, you can bring the fingertips to the floor. And I like to move a little bit side to side. So take a second on the balls of your feet. It's early. So let yourself rock gently. And then sink your heels, press into your feet, press the elbows into your inner knees and lift your chest. Find your squat pose here. And maybe rock a little bit side to side, easing a little deeper into the hips. All right, and then from here, you're gonna take your hands forward, drop your sitting bones to the floor. Just find a boat pose, pure and simple, knees bent, lift your chest. Feel that low back draw in and up as you inhale. When you exhale, you're gonna take the right leg underneath, left one in front. You're gonna roll over those feet, come onto your knees, And just take your hands to your hips here, roll the shoulders back, start to squeeze your elbows in toward each other, and you can use the thumbs to just gently lengthen the low back down, keep the elbows drawn in, and as you press down into your knees, if you lengthen out through your thigh bones, lift up into your chest. That's it, inhale. And then slowly come on back up. From here, you're gonna take your right foot and step it forward, all right? Sink the hips, keep the hands at your hips for a second here, and sink it down. Here we go, inhale, sweep the arms up. When you exhale, tuck the back toes, and you're gonna send your hips back, and as the hips go back, sweep the fingertips back like we did in our Uttanasana. Inhale, sink the hips, bend that right knee, lift up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, Ardha Hanuman, press through that right heel, drag the hips back, fingertips toward the back of your mat. Last one, inhale, reach it up, stretch. Exhale, drag back through your Hanuman. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. And then inhale, come on back up. Reach the arms, bring your hands back through prayer, send your hips back over that left knee. Gonna step back into your Ustrasana prep with the toes tucked. Sit your hips back on your heels. Let your hands rest on your thighs. Feel your shoulders soften and breathe. Just a little stretch through your feet. If this is way too intense, you can always bring your hands to the floor in front of you. It's okay. All right, and then from here, gonna take the arms forward. We're gonna shift the heels to the floor, Utkatasana. You ready? Here we go. Boom. All right, press into those feet. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, dive over the legs again. Sweep the fingertips across the mat and then reach them up and back. Inhale, reach the arms forward, sink your hips, Utkatasana. Exhale, again, we're gonna come down, Malasana. Separate those feet, lower your hips, elbows to the inner knees, lift your chest. Inhale. Exhale, take your butt to the floor, find your boat pose. We're traveling across the mat here. Lift your chest, stretch through your fingertips, inhale. When you exhale, left foot in, right foot in. Gonna roll over those knees, come on up, find your Ustrasana prep. Tuck those toes. Again, hands to the hips. Elbows hug in, roll the shoulders back, squeeze those elbows, squeeze them in, squeeze them in. Lengthen the tailbone, lift into your chest. Just a nice stretch through the front of the body. You can let the hips move forward. And then come back up, step that left foot up. I'm gonna keep my back toes tucked. I think it feels better for this next kind of transition. You can do what feels good for you though. Sink your hips. Inhale, reach the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, we're gonna drag the hips back, sweep the arms back, sitting bone, tailbone, everything stretches back. Inhale, come back up, sink the hips, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, pull it back, Ardha Hanuman, nice square hips. And again, inhale, bring it up. Exhale, last Hanuman, pull it back. Inhale, come back up, reach the arms. Exhale, hands come down through prayer, hips slide back. You're gonna take that left foot back to meet the right. Sit back on your heels. Another moment here for a good foot stretch. I mean, good is kind of relative, isn't it? It is. So ready, Utkatasana. Here we go. Gonna lift those hips up and shoot them back. Chair pose. Press into your feet, inhale, rise. Exhale, down through prayer. Take a second here. Excuse me, roll your shoulders back. Root down into your feet. So here we go, we're gonna add on a bit. Inhale, take the arms and reach them up. Exhale, dive forward, sweep the arms down and back. Inhale, sink the hips, lift your chest, Utkatasana. Exhale, we're gonna take it down, find your squat pose. Lift your chest. And now you're gonna press down into your heels. Lift the sitting bones, lift the hips up. Take the arms, stretch them up, just firing up the hips a little bit differently here. Working those outer hips, working the inner thighs. Inhale. When you exhale, take your butt to the floor. Find your Navasana. And little boat pose crunchies here, right? Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze. We're just going for 10. Lower it down. and pull it in. Here's 3. And lower. And squeeze. And lower. And squeeze it up. And stretch it out. There's 6. I lost count. Let's say 7. And 8. Lift it up. Feel your chest lift. 2 more. And 9. Last one. And 10. Right foot comes in. Left foot in front. We're going to roll over those knees. Tuck your toes. Fingertips come to the upper back here. Heels of the hands root down. Elbows hug in. Now we're going to kind of rake the skin down a little bit. Let the heels of your hands press your hips forward, but fire up your inner thighs. You want to feel them press back. Yes. Lift into your chest. You can tuck your chin, or you can take your gaze up. Reach it back. Then from here, chin into your chest. Gonna slowly now sit your weight back on your heels, hands to prayer. All right, and then we lift up. Step this right foot forward, shift your weight into the right foot, lift the back knee, shimmy it back a hair if you need to, crescent lunge, inhale, sweep the arms, bring them out and up. Nice full breath in. When you exhale, open, find your warrior 2. Okay, and just sink here for a second. The next little bit's gonna be a tiny balance challenge. So prep yourself now. Feel the muscles in your legs hug on. Feel them hug on. You want them to hug onto the bones, right? So draw all this energy in. All right, we're gonna straighten your right leg. Flip the right palm toward the ceiling and reach out and over. You're gonna keep the extension through the right side body all the way into your right fingertips, and then flip the left palm toward the ceiling. We're gonna take that up and stretch it over. And while we're here in this Nirulamba Trikonasana, in this unsupported triangle, you wanna roll the right rib cage under and hook the left one back. And breathe. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching. Then you're gonna bring your hands to prayer. Keep your torso spinning to the left edge of your mat. We're gonna come into Ardha Chandrasana with our hands in prayer, right? Because no hands. It's our no hands yoga. Shift it forward, take your time. And we're gonna go slow here because this is where it gets challenging, so slow it down. Find your gaze point. Now from here, we're gonna draw this left knee in and tap it to the back of your right calf. Come back up, Ardha Chandrasana. Lift, keep the balance. And then again, we're gonna lower it down. Almost lost it. And tap, oh, lost it. Come back up. We're gonna do one more tap. All right, nice and easy. Catch that Ardha Chandrasana. Doesn't have to be major. And then tap from here. Lift that left knee up into your chest. Come up to stand, and then step the left foot in front of the right so we're crossed at the ankles. Take the arms, reach them forward. Come all the way down to sit. So we're in Sukhasana, left shin in front of the right. Inhale, lengthen up. And then exhale, we just fold here. Sink your weight back into your hips. And breathe. Here we go. Slowly round yourself up. From here, you're gonna shift your weight back for a second so you can tuck your feet a little deeper underneath. Gonna come back up. Find your Ustrasana prep. Arms come forward. Here we go. Utkatasana, chair pose. Shoot it back. Sink into your hips. Inhale, press into your feet. Come on up. Exhale, dive forward. Uttanasana, sweep the arms through and then up and reach for the sky with those hands. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, sink into your Malasana. Find your squat. And then root down through your feet. Gonna lift your hips, stretch your arms up, power up your squat pose here, your Malasana. Feel your weight sink back toward your heels, but feel those legs, those glutes, those outer hips hug in. Inhale. And then exhale, sink your butt to the floor. Find your boat. We're gonna do 10 more crunches. Ready? Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze. Lift the chest. Inhale. And lift. 2. Keep it going. Here's 4. Halfway there, lift that chest, squeeze the belly back. 2 more. All right, left foot, right foot, hug them in, roll over, tuck the toes, fingertips toward the shoulder blades, heels of the hands down, draw down through the weight of the hands, elbows in, belly strong, tailbone long. Start to lean it up and back. Let those hips just go forward, thighs press back. Use the core, come all the way back up. Whew, okay, hands to prayer. Step the left foot forward, shift your weight so we can bring the right foot up. Come on into your crescent lunge, inhale. Scoop the belly, fire up that back leg, and then open up, find your warrior 2. All right, it feels good to skip some chaturangas. Whew, I don't know about you, but there's a lot of chaturangas happening. It's nice to get to avoid them once in a while. Straighten that left leg. Flip the left palm toward the ceiling. You're going to stretch out and over, out and over, out and over. Find your trikonasana. When you can't reach any farther, you're going to flip that right palm toward the ceiling and then come on up and over. Roll your right shoulder back. Love the length of your spine here. It's not easy. And then hands come down through prayer. Keep this torso twisting. Keep the core strong, but take your gaze down. We're gonna hop the back foot in a bit. And then Ardha Chandrasana, right? So slow and easy. Gonna find your balance, find your drishti. Maybe you don't come up as high as you normally would with your fingertips on the floor. It's okay. Slowly now we're gonna square off the hips. Tap that right knee to the left calf. Come on, back up. Ardha Chandrasana, slow and steady. And again, reach and then come down, tap. Let's do it again. Press the floor away. Kick evenly through both heels. You got this. One more tap. And then after this tap, you're gonna press into the floor, drag this right knee up into your chest. And then cross your right ankle in front of your left. Take the arms, stretch them forward so you got a little counterbalance. Take your seat back. We're gonna sit, boom, Sukhasana, right leg in front, and fold. Give yourself a moment here. You can close your eyes. Soften your shoulders, check out your head. Two more breaths. And slowly come all the way back up. All right, so you're gonna shift onto your sitting bones enough so you can kind of drag the legs a little closer in. Gonna roll over those feet, come up onto your knees, tuck your toes. We're going into Utkatasana. Reach the arms forward, send the hips back, press into your heels. Inhale, come all the way up, reach. Exhale, dive over the legs. Last little vinyasa. Sweep it up, stretch, let the crown of your head drop. And then Utkatasana, find your chair, sink your hips. Sweep the arms forward, inhale. And then exhale, we're going into it, Malasana, hands in prayer. Sink those hips, lift your chest. Okay, so here we go. You're gonna interlace your fingers and bring them to the base of your skull here, or the back of your head. You know, let's not get super picky about it. You're gonna press into your feet. The next part's bad enough, right? Push into your feet, lift your hips, and then we're gonna do a little walk to the back of the mat. Hands to prayer. Thighs afire. All right, same thing, interlace your fingers, hands to the back of your head, lift your butt, walk to the middle of the mat. It's just the middle, nothing crazy. Here we go. Sit down. Oh, it's heavenly. Find your boat pose. Okay, hands come into temple here. Gonna sweep the hands over to the left, come onto the outer right hip. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze it up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze it up. We're just going for 5. And lower it down. And squeeze. 2 more. And reach it in. Yes. Last one. And squeeze. Oh, through center. Take a breather. Whew. Over to the other side. Right hands come over to the right. Outer left hip. Inhale, take it down. Squeeze it up. Just 5. And lower. Whew. And squeeze. And lower. You'll notice one side's easier than the other. Lower. This is not my easier side. One more. And I'm on the creaky floor. So come on back up. Hands to prayer. Here we go. Right foot in, left foot in front. We're gonna roll over those knees. Tuck your toes under. And now from here, gonna take your hands so fingertips point down like you had your 80s mom jeans on. Right? I don't mean to leave you guys out, but just imagine you had some 80s high pocket jeans on. Roll your shoulders back. Feel the tailbone lengthen. Feel the hips start to drive themselves forward just a little bit, and then fire up the tops of your thighs. Keep them working. All right, so then my favorite part, especially when my armpits are sweaty as they are, thumbs into the armpits. You're gonna lift up and then arch back like we were jumping over a pole vault, right? We were trying to get up and over that bar. Up and over, up and over. Maybe the right hand comes down to the heel, left hand comes down, hips press forward, thighs root back. You can take your gaze up, back behind you, or keep it forward. Feel your heart lift. Inhale, exhale. Sit back on your heels. Take a second here. Hands in prayer, toes tucked. All right, now we're gonna work just a little bit of toe balance, right? So arms can reach forward. We're gonna see if we can lift the knees. And come into a toe balance here with the thighs parallel to the floor. All right, hands come forward, drop those heels, but not your butt. Oh, and then come back up, find your toe balance, and then lean back, set the knees. Let's do it again. The trickiest part right here, with control. We're gonna lift the knees. Arms forward, drop your heels. All right, come back up, find your balance. And then nice and easy, drop the knees. One more time. Ready? All right, with control, belly back. Lift those knees. Oh, drop your heels. Come on, back up, find your balance. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna drop the heels, Utkatasana. All right, hands come to prayer. Shift your weight onto your right leg. Gonna lift the left foot up, hug it into your butt cheek there, and then kick it back. We're gonna find a little bit of a warrior 3 here. Maybe with that right knee still bent. Roll the inner left thigh toward the ceiling. And then from here, we're gonna slowly come up to stand. Take your left foot and you're gonna step it so the feet are about a foot apart. Things might get a little hairy here, and that's okay. You're gonna come up onto the balls of your feet and then pivot around. So your toes point to the long edge of your mat and your thighs are crossed, all right? And then we're gonna take the torso, fold it over this right thigh, pull your shoulder blades in, belly strong, gonna shift all your weight into your right foot. So we're in like a little baby curtsy. And then gonna take this left leg, sweep it behind, and then lift it up to the side. And then drop it back, find your curtsy. Yes, 2 more. Sweep it across, lift that knee, kick it behind. Wow. 1 more, ready? Sweep, slow and steady, lift that inner thigh. Find your curtsy. Here we go. We're gonna stay here, but come upright. This is where the shit may hit the fan, and that's okay too. You're gonna come onto the balls of your feet, slowly bend your knees. You're gonna take the left knee to the floor, butt to the floor, and we sit, find Gomukhasana. If you needed to use your hands right there, because you were like, what's happening? That's okay. From here, you're gonna take your hands to the bottoms of your feet. Inhale, lengthen up, and when you exhale, come out and over. Try to keep your spine long. And if you really want to, you can just keep folding deeper and deeper into it. If you need to stay a little more upright, that's okay. And do what feels good to you here. You just want to root down through your sitting bones. And send your breath to your outer hips, because man, especially that right side, it just wants to cramp itself up and not give nothing. One more breath here. All right, so here's the fun part. You're gonna come all the way back up. Hands into prayer. Now listen, if you need to use your hands, nobody's gonna know about it but you, so it's okay. I'm gonna try not to use my hands, although if I fall down, feel free to laugh. So we're gonna shift forward. I'm gonna come onto my left knee, right? Tuck both toes under, shift my weight into my right foot, come all the way up to stand, whoop, pivot around, and then take the feet wide and fold. Yes, so we're in our Prasarita Padottanasana. We're just gonna let the arms hang. Press to the outer edges of your feet and breathe. Okay, here we go. Super fun. You ready? You're gonna bring your hands into prayer, shoulder blades into your back. We're gonna skandasana toward this left foot. Bend your left knee and sink. You don't have to go low if you don't want to. We're not using the hands, so go with however deep it feels good to you. We're just gonna rock side to side. Working those legs a little more every time. We're gonna come back to this right foot now. Sweep the right toes open, point toward the front of the mat. Gonna slowly shift your weight all the way up. Draw this left knee up into your chest. Flex the left foot. Gonna hook it onto the top of your right thigh. Sink your hips back. Little nesting pigeon. And breathe. All right, press the floor away with your right leg. Gonna come all the way up to stand. Kick this left foot out in front. We're gonna pistol squat. Again, if you wanna use your hands, use your hands. Gonna stretch the arms forward, because that helps me balance. Take your weight back. Take your weight back. Back, 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 back. Oh. And collapse into a heap on the floor. Open the right knee. Flex this left foot. Inhale, lengthen up. And when you exhale, we're gonna fold. Come up and over. Up and over. Every inhale gives you a little more. Every exhale takes you a little deeper. You can even start to drop your chin to your chest. Close your eyes. One more breath here. And then slowly roll yourself up. You're gonna shift your weight back into your sitting bones. Find your boat pose. Navasana. Okay? Okay, so the knees are gonna stay bent here, except for this left leg. So we're gonna bring our right hand across the outside of this left leg, and the left hand is just gonna encourage the chest to twist. So you ready? So left leg's gonna stretch out straight. Inhale. When you exhale, we're gonna twist to the left and squeeze the knee in toward your tricep. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, squeeze. Back through center and squeeze. Two more. Easy peasy. Just working the different areas of the core here. Last one. And squeeze it up. All right, right foot, left foot, roll over those knees. Here we go. Chair pose, sweep the arms up. Take it back. Press into your feet. Inhale, rise. Exhale, dive it forward. Sweep the arms up. Stretch to the sky. Sink the hips, lift your chest. Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale, find your malasana. Squat it to the mat. All right? Interlace your fingers behind your head. Maybe funky pinkies on top. Right? Take the hands to the base of your skull. I did it again. It's not necessary. Just take it to the back of your head. Press into those heels. Lift your hips. Keep your chest high. And we're going to step it to the back of the mat. A little duck walk. When you get there, drop those hands back to Anjali Mudra. Take a breather. Yep. Yeah. Let's get this shit over with. Press into your feet. Interlace your fingers. Funky pinky on top. Lift those hips. Middle of the mat. No big deal here. Drop your hips. Savasana. Interlace your last 3 fingers. Bring them into temple. You're going to sweep over to that left side. Come onto the outer right hip. 5 of these. And squeeze. Drag it in. Knee to the upper tricep. Pull them as close as they can. Here's 3. Just 2 more. And last one. Through center. Sweep it to the right. And knees to the left. Inhale. And squeeze it up. And lower. Squeeze. 2 more. And squeeze. And squeeze. Back through center. Left foot, right foot. Lift it up. Tuck those toes. Ready? Fingertips come into those imaginary 80s jeans. Shoulders roll back. Lengthen down through your tailbone. Thumbs in your armpits. You can totally omit this part, but you'll thank me later when your thumbs stink. That's disgusting. I'm sorry. I can't resist sometimes. Lift up, curl back. Lift up, curl back. Tailbone stays long. Think about the sternum arcing up and over. Then the left hand can come down. Right hand finds the knee. Feel the shoulder blades draw in, spread open through the collarbones. Thighs strong, hips shoot themselves forward gently. Let's not get crazy here. Inhale. And then exhale. Sit it back. Hands to prayer. We're going to float those knees. Arms forward, drop your heels. Come back up to your balance. Gently, knees to the floor. All right. Float the knees. Drop your heels. Find your balance. Drop your knees. 1 more. Here we go. Float those knees. Drop your heels. Come on, back up. Okay. Here we go. Utkatasana. Sink the heels. Just lift yourself up. Nothing too crazy here. Hands come into prayer. Shift your weight onto your left foot. Shoulder blades into the back. Lift that right heel into your butt. And then you're going to kick the right leg back, 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 back. Slow. So you can feel that extension through the inner edge of your right leg. Easy breath. And then we're going to come all the way up. Step this right foot. So you're about, I don't know, a foot and a half apart. Awkward but true. You're going to come up onto the balls of your feet and pivot yourself around. And now you're going to have my backside. So I apologize for that. From here, you're going to shoulder blades in, right? Take yourself forward. We're going to do our little curtsy squats, right? So shift your weight into your left foot. And then from here, you're going to drag this right leg behind you and then lift it up, little hydrant. And then sweep it back behind. Find your curtsy. Shift to the left. You got it. Lift that right knee. Slow and steady. And then we're going to bring it back down. 1 more. Sweep it out to the side. Lift that inner right thigh. And then we're going to step it back so your thighs cross. From here, come upright for a second. We're going to sit on the floor for Gomukhasana, remember? So just nice and easy. You're going to bend the knees. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Drop that right knee. Nice and slowly. Set your butt down. I got to spin around. So now left leg on top. Hands to your feet here. Inhale, lengthen up, and again, settle through your sitting bones. And perhaps you come out and over the leg. Just keep your breath steady. If you need to, send a little reminder to that left hip that it's all right to get a little stretch in. It's not going to die here. Not today. But encourage it to open. All right, slowly now, come all the way back up. So we're going to come up to stand and pivot around into our Prasarita Padottanasana, right? So listen, if you don't if you can't do it without using your hands, don't worry about it. Maybe in like a month or two, come back to this and see how much stronger you've gotten and how much easier the poses get without using your hands. I don't know, just a suggestion. I'm trying to get you to come back. All right, hands in prayer or fingertips to the floor. Gonna shift forward. Now all my weight's on my right knee. I'm gonna tuck my right toes under. Boom. And you come and twist. Oh, I'm gonna spin around again, right? Inhale, lengthen up. That wasn't pretty, right? It doesn't have to be pretty. We're gonna fold Prasarita Padottanasana. And you can move the feet however you want to. Spread them as wide as you want. It's all good. You're just letting the weight of your torso kind of just spill out of your waistline. You can even take your hands, interlace your fingers at the base of your skull. So now the thumbs kind of grab onto the occiput here, that ridge, and just let the weight of your arms kind of pull you a little bit more. Give yourself a little bit of traction. All the while you root through the outer edges of your feet. Feel the centers of your feet lift. Okay, be ready. Here we go. We're gonna come into Skandasana, right, to that right leg. So hands to prayer. Shift your weight. You can go as deep into this as you want, or you can stay high. It's all good. We're gonna come over to the left, back to the right, and to the left, bump, bada bump, and to the right, and to the left. One last time to the right. This time we're gonna come to the left, open the toes, right? Drag yourself through, and come all the way up to stand, right knee into your chest, or somewhere in between there. And then from here, you're gonna hook that right ankle on top of the left thigh. Sink your hips. And breathe. Flex that right foot, protect the joints here. And then press the floor away. Gonna come up to stand, kick the right leg out, reach the arms forward. We're gonna sit. Ready? Sink it back, sink it back, sink it back, sink it back, boom. Drop the right leg, open the left knee, inhale, lengthen it up. Exhale, come out and over. Nice, easy Janu Shirshasana. Close your eyes, you can curl in a little bit here. All right, and then slowly, slowly, slowly round yourself up. Shift your weight back, find your boat pose. We're gonna do this ridiculous Navasana crunch that I just kind of made up as a conglomeration of other things. All right, so the left leg's gonna stay where it is, right leg's gonna stretch out, all right? Gonna reach across, remember? The right hand's gonna kind of pull the chest. All right, inhale. And when you inhale, stretch that right leg out. When you exhale, you're gonna pull it in and twist. Inhale, and then exhale, pull it in. Inhale, and then drag it in. Two more, and drag it in. Last one, and drag it in. All right, from here, place your feet flat on the floor. What did we do? I don't know, but I'm gonna spin around now to face you. We're gonna do one more little bit of hip work before we rest. So you're gonna bring your left leg in front. So the shin is parallel to the front of the mat and thigh to the side, and then vice versa. So we're parallel here, and we're parallel through the back calf, or the back shin and the front leg here. Feet flexed. All right, so hands come to prayer. So I don't remember where I learned this, but I like this little bit of functional strength before we end our class. So gonna keep the heel down, but lift the knee. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, knee down, heel up for 1. Ooh, that's tricky. 2, and 3. Okay, ready? Now from here, we're gonna lift this leg up. Don't use your hands. I'm watching. Lift it up. Then we're gonna slide it so the legs are parallel. Kick this leg straight out in front, and then we're gonna hook the left ankle on the right ankle, sorry, on top of the left leg for a little Agni Sambhasana. And then kick that right leg straight, bend the knee, parallel the legs, sweep it back for your wheel of life, Fire Chakrasana. And then same thing again, lift it up, parallel, kick that right leg straight, and then pull it in. Feels good, doesn't it? All right, kick it out straight, bend, kick it back, set it down, and then up, and parallel, kick it straight, hook it on, inhale here, exhale, maybe fold a little bit into it. Oh, flex those feet. If this isn't possible for you, just bring the left heel in and the right shin in front, like you were sitting in a regular Sukhasana, right? A regular cross-legged position. It's totally fine. All right, another breath here. All right, shift your weight back. We're gonna bring the right shin parallel to the front, thigh parallel to the side, and then we come back into our little, what is this, a pinwheel? Something like that. All right, and now heel's gonna stay down. We're gonna lift that left knee up, set it down. Lift it up, set it down. Last one, lift it up, set it down. Oh, I got a cramp starting. Okay, back foot up and down, and up, and down, and up, and down. Okay, lift it up, bring it through to parallel, kick it straight, oh, and then hook that left ankle on top, okay? Kick the left leg straight, and then parallel the legs, sweep it back. Oh, Memphis. And again, lift it up. Yeah, parallel. Kick it out. Cross the shins. And rewind. Kick it out. Parallel the legs. I feel like a broken record. And then take it back. This is our last one. We're going to settle on this one, right? So lift it up and parallel and kick. Here we go. Bring it back. Okay, so again, if this doesn't work, this ankle to knee crazy, then right shin in, left shin in front, it's okay. Lengthen up, and if you want to, you can come forward. My hips say no today. Yours may as well, it's okay. Just be kind. Maybe you're folding right over your legs, that's okay too. Just breathe. All right, and then slowly come on back up. You're gonna shift your weight, hands back to prayer or onto your hips. It doesn't really matter, but we're gonna stretch that leg straight out. We gotta rewind, right? Boom and boom. And now we're gonna sweep both legs out in front. And take a second here. We're gonna lay all the way out onto your back. Draw those knees in. Rock a little bit side to side. Let your arms come out to the side. Let your knees drop over to the right. Slide your gaze over to the left. Oh. All right, back up through the middle. And then drop those knees to the left and your gaze to the right. And then on up through the middle. One more time here, drag your knees in. And then stretch those legs all the way out. Give yourself a moment or two. Draw your shoulder blades in underneath you. Let your legs blop out to the side. Let your arms blop out to the sides. Take a deep breath in and sigh out your mouth. And again. One more. Feel yourself settle even deeper into the floor, like you could sink into it. Softening more and more with every exhale. Stay connected to the rhythm of your breath. And feel free to stay here as long as you need. Or pause the video, come back to it when you're ready. Let your next breath be a little deeper. And feel your energy come back into your body, back into the room as you move your fingers and your toes. All right, draw one knee in at a time. Come to rest on your right side and press gently into the strength of your arms. Come all the way up. Make your way back to a comfortable seat for a moment here. Settle back into your sitting bones. Feel yourself rooted into the ground, but at the same time lengthen up and stretch up into the sky. Bring your palms together into Anjali Mudra and bow your head and say a quiet thanks to yourself for taking the time just for you to move, to breathe, and in fact to move a little differently than we normally do on our mat. And I want to say thanks for joining me for another practice. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Namaste.